What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bridging to Geekdom's Free Talk. I'm your host, Robert Slavinsky, and what's going on, guys? Some pretty big news dropped um, late last night, about Wonder Woman 84. I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about these things here. We got the new picture of Deathstroke. We got a little picture from Henry Cavill, as well as one from Ben Affleck. So, what's going on, guys? What is up? Um, Man, this week has been pretty crazy in regards to anything related or closely related to the Snyderverse. Obviously, November 17th was the anniversary of the release of the Snyder Cut movement, where 1 year ago we made a loud noise and made it possible for the Snyder Cut to be released. So on the 17th, Snyder did a whole bunch of stuff for the fans, with the fans. Even leading up to that day, he did a bunch of stuff with and for the fans. It was a fantastic week leading up to the 17th, and it's continuing even today, where we saw the pictures I just posted up of Joe Manganiello posting that is a brand new photo of Slade Wilson, Deathstroke, in Zack Snyder's upcoming cut of the Justice League. Now, let's try and get some context behind that photo, because we saw what Joe Manganiello looked like in the 2017 theatrical version, or Justice League, as many like to call it, and that picture looks slightly different. That version looks slightly different than the one that we got in 2017. Mainly the hairstyle is a big difference there that we can tell. And he's more white, maybe more gray, hard to tell a little bit there, but obviously it's in the future. It's jumping up from where he was at the end of Justice League in 2017. Now, I still believe that we're going to get a scene similar to the one that we got with Deathstroke in 2017, but this picture here is showing us a future, a nightmare future, have you. And he's going to be fighting side by side with Batman, and quite possibly, in my opinion, not just my opinion and what I've been hearing, it will be Jared Leto's Joker fighting with them as well, against the apocalyptian army, as well as Superman. That's in the nightmare sequence, obviously. So that is a pretty badass photo. I'm going to try and pop it up here one more time so you guys can see it. Fantastic photo. I love the black and white. I really do. It gives such a noir feeling to this whole entire thing, and I'm looking forward to what Zack Snyder's Justice League looks like in black and white whenever they release that. Now, earlier today, we also got that posted from Henry Cavill on Instagram. Fantastic that he is in this movement as well. Us United, AFSP, he is in it as well. He's not forgetting the fans. I'm sure he was unable to really partake in anything on the 17th. He's off doing Witcher stuff, and I know production has been kind of halted due to some COVID things, but he's a busy man, so I would not be surprised if he wanted to be involved in some form or fashion, but he did it this way, and that is an amazing thing, that he is showing that he is with us United. So that is fantastic news for sure. And then we got Ben Affleck posting that on his Instagram, showing his support and being with us United as well. It's just a fantastic freaking week when it comes to things. I love seeing the actors get involved with these movements. That was a big part of why the release of Snyder Cut movement was so successful last year in November, because people like Gal Gadot, Ben Affleck, and others, Zack Snyder, they were all involved with the movement. This is just showing that they are staying committed, and they hear us fans, and they're with us. They are just as excited about it as we are. It's a great thing to see. I love it. I love seeing it, and I hope you all do too. Let's see. The Truth 31, man. What's going on? Hey, how are you? How you doing, man? Photos look great. Restore the Snyderverse. Exactly. Restore the Snyderverse. I'm looking forward to it. I know everybody else is. It's going to happen. Or it is happening. We're in the midst of seeing it happen. So just stay passionate, stay excited. That's all I can continuously tell everybody. Stay passionate, stay excited. The Snyderverse is in the midst of being restored, and we just got to move forward and stay united. So on to the bigger news from last night, Wonder Woman 84. So it's been pushed back due to COVID 3 times or 2 times now, 2 or 3 times. It went from June to August to October to December. So, 3 times total it moved. And we were starting to get worried with COVID back on the rise and restrictions plaguing North America right now with, lockdown orders and all that jazz. We're unsure if theaters are going to be able to open up. And if theaters can't open up, we can't get movies out in theaters, and it's not really worth doing it if the companies aren't going to make money. So what were they going to do with Wonder Woman 84? And Patty Jenkins was very, very adamant about, look, Wonder Woman 84 is a theatrical release. It's going to be a theatrical release, and she's not wrong. It is. But Warner Media, they had to think of something else. They had to do something different because, one, the longer this movie is delayed, the less hype that there's going to be for it when it does come out. And I know that there's some room to say that, you know what, no, it's not going to be less hyped because we've got nothing. And if that's one of the first things out the gate, everybody's going to be at the theater in droves to go see it. You're not wrong. I could see that being a possibility. But what has hurt this movie are the trailers and the few clips that we've gotten for the film. The excitement is all over the place. You can't gauge really if this is going to be another $800 million to $1 billion hit, or if it's going to be more in the range of like a $500-600 million movie. And that's, or it could be even lower than that. And that's really difficult for Warner to figure out, especially due to the COVID issues going on right now around the world. So they're doing something pretty cool. HBO Max, their new streaming service is pretty big right now, and they're trying to really push subscriptions. And it's already gone above and beyond what they were hoping and expecting after release, in no small part, to the help of the Release the Snyder Cut movement fans and everything like that. But I'll get to you in a second, the truth. But they decided to release Wonder Woman 84 on December 25th on HBO Max and theaters at the same time, simultaneously. It's a brilliant, brilliant move. And, really, to really get into it, I posted on Twitter last night that, when it comes to this, Warner either has high expectations and a lot of confidence in this movie, or they are lacking the confidence. And I think it's more the latter because, like I said, it's all over the place. It is all over the place. When you talk to people, some people are over the moon excited about it. A lot of people are like, look, I couldn't care less. It looks like trash. And both parties have a right, both sides have a right to be excited or not excited about it, because the more and more you see about it, the more you're seeing less of an influence of Zack Snyder and Patty Jenkins and more of an influence of what Jeff Johns wanted in that movie. And that's concerning because with everything going on right now and people demanding and wanting the Snyderverse restored, if it is highly, influenced by Jeff Johns, we know that that is moving away from the Snyderverse. So that is why I think their confidence is a little lower for that movie, and even being successful in theaters like they would want it to be. Had there been no COVID, it would have released June 5th as expected, and there would be no issue. But as we move forward, they have so many other movies in the pipeline they have to get out. Everything's getting squished together, and they're kind of doing this in a way as a Christmas gift to the fans and to the people that are supporting Warner, as well as people who are supporting what Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, and Patty Jenkins have created. So I love them for that. It's an amazing deal or idea that they're putting it on HBO Max as well as in theaters, so you can watch it on both. Go check it out on HBO Max, and if you like it, go to the theater and check it out. I think it's just an amazing idea, something really cool that has never been done before. And even the theater chains are saying bravo to Warner for doing this. Because it is a bold move, it's something different, and it's just something that we could see in the future, not just during this COVID era of the world, but is this something that could be done moving forward with all movies at all? And I guess this is going to be a test. Is it going to be successful? We've seen bits and pieces of this happen in the past, where movies will be released in limited runs in theaters as well as streaming at the same time. But this is a big movie. This is a movie that would have been opening to thousands and thousands of theaters, not on a limited run. So is it viable? Is it feasible? And I think this is going to be a real interesting test to see what happens, because Mulan was completely different. Mulan with Disney was completely different. They just released it on Disney Plus at $30, and there was just a whole mess of that whole ordeal. And it wasn't even that great of a film. I haven't seen it, but from what I've heard from people that I've talked to that have seen it, it wasn't all that great or exciting, and it really kind of was disappointing, and which is what caused a lot of issues with that whole $30 price point. So, that's excited to see Wonder Woman 84, especially now that I can watch it on HBO Max. I have a subscription to it. I'm not getting rid of my subscription to it because I'm showing HBO and Warner like how much I appreciate what they've done in bringing the Snyderverse back in some form or fashion, and I want to show them that I want more. So I have the HBO Max subscription. I'm going to watch likely on Christmas Day with my kids, if not that weekend. But I will be watching it there. And, if a theater happens to be open around me, which none currently are, but if one is open and I get to see it, I will go check it out for sure in theaters. So I'm going to get to this here. Do you think Jared Leto will drop his new look today, or maybe that's going to be saved for the film? I didn't think we'd get the pictures that we got of Deathstroke today, or the picture that we got of Deathstroke. I honestly couldn't tell you. The one reason why I would say it's not going to happen is because Zack Snyder was very quiet about the whole Joe Manganiello thing in these interviews he did the past week on different podcasts. Whereas with Jared Leto, he talked about, it's going to be a different look, it's this and that, but you're going to have to wait and see. And I think it's kind of like, look, the Jared Leto information is out there. People know he's going to be in it. I don't think we're going to see anything from Jared Leto. It'd be cool if we did. I hope I'm wrong and we get to see something. Heck, maybe something will drop while I'm doing this. But I really don't know for a fact if we're going to get anything. I suspect not in regards to Jared Leto. I'm kind of waiting to see maybe we get something from Ray Fisher. I know we've gotten plenty of stuff from Ray Fisher over the past few weeks and months, but maybe something else, and maybe Gal. Gal might drop something as well because she is on social media also, and that's what you got to look at. Who are the ones that have social media? Ezra doesn't, so I doubt we'll see anything from The Flash unless Zach shares it. So that's kind of how I see it going. Now, let's see. South Cali, what's going on? What are you saying there? Are doing a great job. I agree. Let's see. Be safe out there on the road. Absolutely, my brother. I think Zach would want his vision of Joker to be kept a secret. I agree. I have heard that he was not happy that the information got out that Leto was in the additional photography and was going to be in his cut of the movie. So I think that with that said, with him not being excited about all that, I think he's going to say, you know what, enough is enough. People know he's in it. They have to wait till the movie to see it. So I think that's what's going to happen with Jared. Like I said, I think we might see some other stuff this week. What? I don't know. Zach was playing very coy, very playfully coy about a release date, saying, I think, Warner and HBO Max, they have a couple dates in mind. I think you're going to hear an announcement soon on that. That announcement will come on that soon. But what is soon? Could it be this week? Could it be next month? Could it be January? I mean, if you really think about it, within about a month or two area, I would say would signify or work in that soonish area. So is that what he's talking about? Are we going to see a release date maybe soon? And when I say soon, maybe this week, or maybe a little shortly after this week. I don't know. I think we're going to see something now. I was kind of hoping, people were talking about Harry Lennox possibly dropping some kind of photo of him as Martian Manhunter. And I think just like the Jared Leto stuff, I think that's going to be kept under wraps if it does happen to pop up in the movie. So I think that, we're not going to see any new characters. A lot of people are saying, hey, check out, watch out for the Sam Benjamin's account. Look, if Sam Benjamin is Green Lantern, he's not going to show it on social media. They're not going to say, here's Green Lantern. That's going to be something, especially because Zach does not talk about Green Lantern at all. He mentioned that there was one in the history lesson, but that was not his Green Lantern in the movie. So we will see. We will definitely see what transpires from this whole thing this week. I mean, it seems like every day, I love it because every day you can sit there and say, what's going to happen next? And you just don't know. And that's a beautiful thing. So let me know, guys. I love talking. I love that you guys are watching. Thank you very much. Thanks for answering my question, man. Keep doing your thing. Absolutely. Truth. I will keep doing it. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I appreciate everybody who watches my show. I think I mentioned earlier this week that my life will be changing a little bit here, and with work and stuff like that. So I will be able to get back to my desk and doing some of these videos at my desk. Going to be pushing to get Colton back on the show, my co-host. If you've listened to older episodes, you'll know Colton has been there. He hasn't been on in quite some time, so I'm going to get him back on. The free talks are still going to be mostly car ride videos, but the main show, Bridging the Geekdoms, will be a at the desk show, at the computer, talking to guests, getting back to what it is. Because remember, this show, Bridging the Geekdoms, is all about bridging people together, getting everybody together to celebrate being a nerd, being a geek. And I love having guests on the show, whether you're a podcaster, whether you're a cosplayer, whatever it is you do, I want you on the show. So YouTuber, podcaster, whatever it is. So hit me up, message me. You can find me on the Twitters, at Bridge Geekdoms. Just message me on here even. Say, hey, I'd love to be on the show sometime. And I will make it happen. All right, guys, I love talking to you all. I love having everybody watching. Thank you so much. Check out spoilerverse.com. That's where you're going to find all Bridge of Geekdom content, except for Free Talk, because that's exclusive to YouTube. But you'll find a whole bunch more from that. I'm a senior editor over there, so you'll find a bunch of articles that I write and do on that website as well. So make sure you check out spoilerverse.com. But with all that said, guys, thanks for watching. I'm excited about the Snyderverse. Restore the Snyderverse. Looking forward to Wonder Woman 84. I hope you all are. Warner Media, HBO Max, AT&T, thank you so much for everything you're doing. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. And I will talk at all of you later.